Now batting for the Yankees, number 2, Derek Jeter.
Hey all, I'm Anthony Paiero. You already know I got the latest Yankees news you want to hear. Get it all from the best inside source. We cover everything on the field and off. You don't want to miss a base. Only one way to keep up. Check out Paiero's Power Play on Wednesdays at 2, only on
WICR.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Power Play. It is Wednesday afternoon, it's about to be 3 o'clock, and we're here for the show, and it is the last show of the semester. Can't wait to share the news with you guys. If you've been keeping up with the New York Yankees, they haven't been playing too well, have not won a game since April 25th, the last time I checked. And things have been very rough for them. With losing the weekend series to Boston, they've gotten swept all over the place. They're facing the Baltimore Orioles, and the team's not in tip-top shape with A-Rod going out with a hamstring injury. And like I said, they haven't won a game since last Monday, April 25th. They lost 2 games after that to the Rangers. Lost the weekend series to the Red Sox, had the day off on Thursday. And last night they lost to the Orioles at Camden Yards with the final score of 4-1. And they're just not been playing too well. And right now they're having trouble pinpointing who's to blame for this decision, for what's happening with the team. They can't figure it out. If Joe Girardi's at blame, they can't put the blame on Cashman. I think the blame's on the players themselves, but then again, there's a system in place, and when the system doesn't get followed, the team turns to turmoil. So they're in trouble. They don't know how to handle their current situation. And I have a couple of notes from last night's game regarding A-Rod's injury. Again, most of the notes that we receive here come from the help of our friends down at LoHUD, as specifically Mr. Chad Jennings, who's come to Iona and has visited here and is speaking to students here. He runs a fantastic blog for LoHUD.com. And him and his staff there do a tremendous job of covering Yankees news. And most of the information I receive on the team comes from Chad Jennings and his staff. So he says that A-Rod felt some sort of pull in his right hamstring, left the game, had tests, and will go for an MRI today. I haven't received any word on the MRI, but prayers go out to Alex Rodriguez regarding his specific situation. Hopefully this team can put things together again. The fact that he's going down does not help them at all. They're going to need somebody to come in at DH. There's been names of bringing up Rob Refsnyder from the AAA team. There's also been talks of bringing up Nick Swisher as a possibility. I think the best option for the team is to bring up Swisher. The guy's been killing it for the team down in Scranton, and I think it'd be best for him to come back to the major club. One last run for him with the New York Yankees. It's great to see him in the minor leagues, but I think what he wants ultimately is to find a spot on the 40-man roster and bring him up, and I think that they can activate him and bring him up during A-Rod's recovery period and see how well he does. Bring him up for 10 days and see what happens. I think that's our safest bet in when it comes to replacing A-Rod while he's dealing with these MRIs and getting tested for his right hamstring. There's also been talks about giving Severino some time off. They're not happy with his production so far this year. Severino did not have a great outing yesterday, simply put. He pitched better, but he botched 2 plays at first base. The guy keeps dropping the ball, no pun intended. They keep dropping the ball at first, and he's dropping the ball every time on the mound too. He can get a win, can get a good start. He's not getting sufficient strikeouts. The at-bats that need to go his way. He's not getting the ground balls when he needs them, pop-outs. It's just not been a stellar year for Severino, or stellar start to the year, I should say. April's been a rough month for the Yankees as a whole, and it's no fun to pinpoint and blame certain players for it, but when someone like Severino, who's gotten the chance to come out on top of the teams he's been facing, each time he comes out, he's having trouble. And you know what? He may have had a good outing yesterday, but he's not capitalizing. Makes the mistakes at first base. That comes into his pitching. It's going to affect his production for the team. His teammates are behind him, though. Brett Gardner spoke spoke lightly of him yesterday. He said, "I thought Severino threw the ball better today. He made a couple of mistakes over at first base feeding the ball, which cost us a little bit. But at the end of the day, the game's about scoring runs, and we only scored one, and that's not good enough." And you know what? Brett Gardner's right. It's not good enough. The Yankees have been hitting. In the last couple of games that they've had, let me read you the stats. They lost 4-1 last night. Sunday was their best offensive outing in a long time, but they still lost to the Red Sox with a final score of 8-7. Saturday they got destroyed 8-0, and Friday they went in there 4-2, losing to the Rangers the night before, then 3-2, and then 10-1 on Tuesday, April 26th against the Rangers too. It's not their fault. They haven't been facing stellar guys on the mound. These guys have been coming out, but you know what? The Yankees, they're not finding the mistakes that the pitchers are making against them, and it's giving them such a tough time. Especially when they're playing inter-division games against the Red Sox and Orioles. They got to get at least one win in this 3-game series against the Orioles, because guess what? Fenway was hosting them last weekend. They're going to be in Yankee Stadium this weekend for another weekend series against the Red Sox, and nobody wants to see them get swept again. It's going to be interesting to see. Today we've got the Orioles again at 7 o'clock. They need to come out and just do a great job of finding holes and capitalizing on pitching. CeCe's on the mound tonight. He's 1-2 on the year with a 5.06 ERA. He's got 15 Ks of the year. He's going up against Tyler Wilson, who's 1-0 with a 3.06 ERA. After 2 relief outings to start the season, Wilson will make his 3rd straight start against the Yankees. He's faced them once in his career, throwing 3.5 innings of scoreless relief against them last June. And Sabathia posted his 2nd quality start of the season his last time out, taking the loss against Texas. He had a 4.86 ERA in 3 starts against the O's in 2015. So they've been hitting him well. The Orioles have been hitting CeCe, but I think he's got to take hand of the reins and get his team a win tonight. And again, it's not only up to CeCe to do a fantastic job on the mound, but the guys need to hit. Romain's got to hit. Teixeira's got to hit. Rodriguez is out. He can't hit. Chase Headley, what's he been doing? I don't know, but he's gotten a couple hits against Tyler Wilson before, so maybe the luck will be on his side tonight. I think the Yankees are running out of places to put the blame, and they're going to have to start figuring things out because the fans are restless. Not only can the fans not get into the stadium because they can't afford the seats, now they've got to suffer and deal with this bad team that the Yankees have been putting out for the last month or so. And on paper, back in December and January, nobody thought this team was going to be this bad. Well, guess what? It's May 4th. Chapman still hasn't returned to the team. Maybe when he comes back, things will turn up for the Yankees. I hope so. He'll be back against that series against Kansas City next week. And while everyone's been dealing with the stress of finals and finishing classes and stuff, us sports fans, us Yankees fans have been dealing with a tough Yankee team to support through all of this. But that's what makes us fantastic and loyal fans. We really care for the support and success of this team that should be to come soon, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't take till mid-July for them to realize that they've got to turn things around. And it's up to Cashman and Girardi to keep everyone calm and make sure that the team is doing what's best for the team. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the results of last night's game, who's not hitting, who's been hitting, and again, we just got to keep talking about what's going to make this team better and what actions need to be done to make sure that this season turns out to be a success and not any more of a failure than it's been for the last month. This is Payero's Power Play. We'll be right back after the break. Thank you for tuning in.